Welcome out, race fans, to the Turn 3 Racing Network as the American Sim Racing Club Super Late Model Invitational invades, one of the best known short tracks. The North Wilkesboro Speedway was resurrected just a few quick years ago and has now become one of the hottest racetracks on the service. And we are here tonight courtesy of Tallarico's Boardwalk Subs, Jersey-style soups, subs, and salads serving West Michigan. Pro Coat Powder Coating is the proud presenting sponsor of the 2024 Perfect Attendance Award. Drivers that compete in all 17 Summer Series races will be eligible for a cash prize at the end of the season. If you need a powder coating company, you gotta think of like the pros at Pro Coat Powder Coating. The Bubba's Bout Broke podcast, dedicated to shining a spotlight on short track racers from all across the United States. Listen in to Bubba's Bout Broke podcast each and every Monday on Apple and Spotify. And LaPlante Racing Products, whether it's something small to something large, LaPlante Racing Products can get you back on the racetrack. Well, it is none other than yours truly, Upstate Al, bringing you tonight's racing action for the North Wilkesboro Speedway. And we brought alongside the trusty old sidekick, the driver out of Crossville. It is crossed up Jason Dobbs. And Jason, welcome to North Wilkesboro and what is going to be a fast and fun race here this afternoon.
Oh, man, I tell you what, Al, it's awesome to be at this, such a historic racetrack, and we're going to get to broadcast it live, side by side. We're going to see this old racetrack, wore out pavement. It's going to be interesting now to see these super late models run around this place.
Yeah, we have our heat race getting ready to go up onto the racetrack for their qualifying event of the evening, and this will set the starting lineup. So if you did not quite get a good qualifying run, a chance to move yourself up on the starting grid, and we'll get to take a look here at your starting grid for this heat race here in just a quick second. But I tell you, this one here gonna be a good race tonight here. Let's take a look at this, presented by Sunoco. Zach Nichols in the Hot Wheels, number 44. Well, not really sponsored by Hot Wheels, but you know what I mean. Looking up there, we got a bunch of throwbacks to go through here tonight. He will start on the pole. Outside of him, the Team Conti Sim Performance, car number 93. This is Andrew Payne. Hayden Swank in the number 35 will roll off third. Braxton DeWeese fourth. Jaden Kratacci and Ryan Rose making up row number 3. Ron Hart looks on the inside of row 4, and outside of him to his outside, it'll be the number 1 of Tanner Tallarico. Charles Darling will roll off 9th. David Patton 10th. Brett Hahn 11th. Zach Coyer in that number 13 and 12th. And the rounding out your grid will be the 49 of Braden Cook and Andrew Hardings in car number 45. That is your starting lineup as the field rolls around here. As we look at this one, looks like the 44 he did make the grid, get in the EOL. So, interesting. Maybe to get a little practice for his features. Remember, he did win just 1 week ago.
Yeah, and he's got, I tell you what, Al, that's a good-looking hot rod. Look, old Hot Wheels-looking car. I like that. This is going to be a good heat race right here. I can't wait to watch this.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers hitting them out of the park here with the throwback schemes here. As we get through, we'll try to rack our brain, but if you see a car out there that brings a memory, make sure you do that. Chris DeWeese, thanks for being a part of our racing here tonight. Braxton's car looking fairly sharp in that number 8 car. Green flag out, though, in heat race number 1. As they barrel down here in the turn number 1, the chauffeurs will be 2 and 3 wide all night long as they work for the first time up the backstretch.
Yeah, and looking at Hayden Swank on the inside. He's already just powering his way on the inside right there. Andrew Payne going to tuck in line with him as they go down the front straightaway.
Yeah, Payne's going to try to take that spot away. They are wrestling for the pole position right now up on the start for tonight's feature event as they work down here. Kratacci going to work up underneath DeWeese in that 75 car as they work down through here. Great looking race cars. There's 2 and 3 wide. And this is just a warm-up. They're going to run 6 minutes of action here. They'll take a little bit of a cool down, get back in there, take a drink and so, and we get ready to do battle for 100 laps here tonight in the Throwback 100. here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and we're glad to have you be a part of tonight's racing action.
Yeah, here comes Ron Rose on the inside. Braxton DeWeese and yellow. We got yellow already, Al.
Yeah, our first yellow flag presented by Talarico's Boardwalk sub of the night coming out for Brett Hahn going around, and Andrew Harding's making some contact. The 71, a late arrival to the Speedway here this afternoon. Not quite sure what happened, but he was a late arrival, and his night not looking to start any better. Let's take a look here at our replay. Look out the backside. He was working up through the racetrack. On the inside, and it looks like the 44 just got into the back bumper of him, and around he went. And Andrew Harding's in that good wreck number 3. Good wrench.
Oh, no, Al.
Oh.
God. Oh, no.
It'll be all right.
Oh, that'll be on a T-shirt next, Al.
I had the RC stickers once that was that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's the thing, about Brad Hahn right here. He come in the server late and hadn't been really good that good of a season as for, as the Brad Hahn fans. And we're about to go back racing. Hayden Swink just powers his way as the green flag drops, Al.
Yeah, back through the Sunoco restart zone. Green flag back out here in Quick Time Motorsports Media Night here for the American Sim Racing Club. And I tell you, Kratacci in that 75, he is quick to trot. Right now, if you're out there, are you trying to get into one of those odd numbers to be on the bottom side? We see that be kind of where you want to go as you see the 8 car. That's a nice looking throwback. I believe that is a Ralph Earnhardt throwback scheme, if I am correct, which I'm probably not.
No, I'm going to say you're correct, Al. Actually, you got a good bike coming off the corner right here. Turn number 4 as you go down the front straightaway. Side by side, him and Payne, not giving an inch. Talarico and Rose right there, they're just waiting to see if a little contact happens. They're going to pounce. Maybe they want a little better starting position in this A main feature.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes left to go, and these drivers right now trying to feel out what their cars are going to do. 100 laps, a long time here at this racetrack, but I tell you, it'll go by in a quick...
Contact!
And, the yellow flag going to fly for the second time here in heat race number 1 is the 93 car of Andrew Payne. We were on the camera watching it get turned sideways with the 78 of Rose. It's hard racing right there. Both drivers going for the same real estate on the entry to turn number 1.
Oh. Just pushed too hard, Al.
Chris corrected. I was wrong, like normal. It was Dale Earnhardt's 1970s. At least I knew it was an Earnhardt scheme, I guess.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
At least I get like half the points, don't I?
We'll give you 0.5, Al.
All right, 0.5. I like it. Harding's paint scheme, though, that is a Dale Earnhardt scheme. I believe that was, it says right on the hood, 1996 for the Olympic Games. Good looking scheme there.
For all the younger generation out there, Dale Earnhardt was a 7-time champion. Probably the only driver that won 7 championships the right way other than Richard Petty. Just my opinion. I'm going to stick to myself as we get ready to go green flag racing again.
Well, you don't like the what Jimmy Johnson did was fairly impressive. You can't take that away from him, but I tend to agree with you here with under a minute left to go.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on, Al, but these guys in a heat race want to battle it out to get a better starting job. They're not giving an inch, Al. I think it's the last lap here of a 100-lap feature.
Yeah, they all know the 44 Nichols where he is running 9th right now. That's going to move that whole inside lane up, assuming he finished there. He's running the Kyle Larson line. He's up there scraping the paint off the concrete.
Can we use another driver other than Kyle Larson? I'm about head over heels for the Kyle Larson line.
He did go head over heels last night. Did you see that?
I did, and I almost sent it to the old colleague, and I did. Then I didn't. I was like, nope, better not.
Hey, Braxton DeWeese down to the inside, though, trying to make something happen on that 75 of Kurtachi, and he's going to take that second spot away. He's trying to bring Rose along with him in the 78. One car out of shape. That's a 38 of David Payton, as the white flag had already flown. They're going to be racing back to the checkered. It's been all Hayden Swank, and that could spell trouble. This driver, very quick at the end of last season, has had some rough goes of it, but he is going to win the heat race here over Deweese, Kurtachi, Rose, and Hart, your top 5. So I tell you, Dobbs, this 35 car, I believe that is a throwback in my mind to old Buckshot Jones. I think
Buckshot Jones.
Remember him or no?
I do remember him well. I think I was around 10 or 11. I remember Buckshot.
I think that's what that was. I'm not really sure though. I just like to say things.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's okay, Al. That's what we do. We got to go up there and talk about random stuff, and
Yep.
and you know, that's just how we make a living.
Right. Hey, you know what that 88 car Chuck Darling reminds me of?
No, what is that?
It reminds. I mean, it's not the car. I know it's not the car, but it reminds me of the old Nesquik car from back in the day.
Okay, was that Riggs? Was that Scott Riggs that drove that car?
Scott Riggs did drive it. It was originally, I want to say, one of the Green brothers drove it.
Okay.
The original.
Yeah, Jeff Green.
Yep. But this car here, I'm trying. It reminds me. I'm seeing a car in my mind. It was 61, and it was. I don't know if it was yellow. I think it was brown and white. It was unsponsored, but I had a die cast of it. That's what it makes me think of. Besides the Nesquik car.
Sounds like me and you, Al, unsponsored.
Well, I mean, do you blame them?
Well, after some of the races I'm in, no.
How about that Coca-Cola number 78 of Ryan Rose? I believe that is Rose's first start of the season with us this season.
Is that another Dale Earnhardt car, or was that the car that was...
I think it might be resembling the cars that were ran. They're missing the polar bears, but I think the ones that were ran over in China, yeah. Or was it? I think it was Japan, wasn't it? Japan?
Yeah, Japan. Yeah, I remember watching that back in the day. You know, back when NASCAR was cool.
Yeah, I don't even know what NASCAR is these days. Short tracks racing's where it's at, my friend.
Yeah. It's cool to see all the Earnhardt-looking cars, though, you know. Yep. I mean, for all the younger generation out there, Earnhardt was a legend. I mean, hands down. Nowadays, it's Kyle Larson and Willie B. and who's the other knucklehead? Denny Hamlin. You know, that's the winners now.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Denny Hamlin's got the perfect sponsor, though.
Yeah.
Can't deliver and never on time. So.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So.
You can't take nothing away from O'Denny, though. The guy does good what he does. He's a little cocky feller, but he's a winner.
Yep.
Just can't win a championship, so he's a Mark Martin. We won't talk about Kyle Busch, Al, or I'll be mad and I'll have to mute the rest of the night.
All right, mute me the rest of the night.
Oh, man. Let's see what other kind of cars we got out here. I like the 44. I mean, I think that's my favorite car so far. He's not even on track.
I like the old 93 car. I'm trying to... The old Peak machine here.
Ain't you got Google, son?
Well, I do, but...
Al, do you know who the last driver to win a NASCAR race was here?
I'm going to guess... I want to say Jeff Gordon. Are you talking before it came back? Or are you talking last year?
Yeah, before last year when they let the 5 car just run whatever he wanted to run and nobody could touch him.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I think it was Gordon.
All right, let's see what the chat says, Al. We'll answer that question a little bit later.
All right, let's see. Chime on in. Let us know.
He was paying attention out there, Al. You know, Brash and the Weeses fan club's out there.
That's a sharp looking car, though. I like when the drivers play along.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, if I threw back, I think I'd go with the Steve Park Pennzoil car, Al. I love that car.
That is one of my favorite with the black roof.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I don't know what it is about that old hot rod. I used to have a Steve Park shirt when I was a kid. I mean, like I liked him. I really did. I don't know why. I just liked him. Always one of my favorite drivers.
You know what? One of my other paint schemes I really liked, and the driver slips my mind, but was the old Tabasco 35 car.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, that was one of my favorite paint schemes back in the day.
Man, they had some good sponsors back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Hey, speaking about back in the day, how about we jump into tonight's feature event? Coming right up as the cars start to populate it, and we'll get you your starting lineup. Just how you saw them finish the heat race, that's how they will line up. But let's give you a refresher here for our main event, presented by Sunoco. Hayden Swank going to start on the pole. Outside of him, car number 8, that'll be Braxton DeWeese. Jaden Kretacci and Ryan Rose will make up row number 2, and inside of row number 3 will be car number 51. This is Ron Hart, and outside of him, the big boss man himself, Tanner Tallarico. Starting on the inside of row number 4, slated to go there will be the number 44 of Zach Nichols. Outside of him, the number 13 of Zach Coyer. Brett the Jet going to roll off 9th, and outside of him, car number 88, that is Charles Darling. Did you like the suspense there?
Yeah, it kind of threw me off, Al. I kind of like stopped and looked to see if I needed to say something.
Yeah, no, I just, Andrew Payne going to roll off in peak performance number 93 in the 11th spot, and outside of him, the number 38, that is Braden Cook. And I believe that's an Elliott Sadler throwback scheme, if I am correct. Andrew Harding's in the number 3, good wrench car, and shotgun on the field. Car number 38 of David Payton. That'll be our 14-car field as they work down the back stretch behind the pace truck. It's going to be an exciting one here this afternoon. We hope you are tuning in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let these drivers know that thumbs up lets them know you appreciate their efforts that they put in each week, and we are closing in on the halfway point of this summer series. It's hard to believe that already.
Yeah, it seems like it's flew by. Kind of like these race car drivers, Al. They fly by us up here.
Well, they're talented.
I know.
We don't have any talent.
Oh, well, that's true. Uh-oh, Al.
What?
I got a snap from the boss man.
Mm-mm.
Oh, never mind. He's sleeping, he said.
Oh, okay. Pace truck down and away. We're going to go green flag racing. This time off of turn number 4. Green flag is up on the Quick Time Motorsports Media Throwback Night here at North Wilkesboro.
This is going to be some great action, Al. I'm excited.
Everybody working through there. Braxton DeWeese up on the outside trying to make something happen early on. And I think right now you're going to see everybody trying to run it. 100 laps of a long race here, and you can eat up the tire. This racetrack really, really hard on the racing tires. You see a little bit of contact. Oh,
sorry.
No, that was good. 51 of Ron Hart. What a great save. He gets the save of the race so far. I thought maybe he would have to bring the front clip to the Pro Coat powder coating people, but he caught it and was able to keep it out of the fence, and he only still rides in that 5th spot behind Brian Rose.
I'll tell you what, Al, I spilled every bit of my 7-Up up here on me. As Braxton DeWeese looks like he wants to try to lead some laps over Hayden Swank, and that is a Dellen Hart Jr. hot rod car there, Al. They are saying on the chat.
Yeah, that's what I believe they're talking about, the 78 there. As we look back outside of the number 8 of Braxton DeWeese, I believe that Braxton is running the 1977 Dale Earnhardt Senior scheme.
Did I get that backwards? Boy, do I feel dumb.
Well, the 78 is I think was what they were referring to. Yes.
Oh, my bad, chat. You know, I'm still learning.
Yeah, I know. It's your first day out of preschool. I know.
Oh, man, look at these cars single file out, Al. Is Hayden Swank kind of holding up the traffic? And how long is Braxton DeWeese going to let him sit there and hold him up like that? That's what I want to know.
Not too long. That Ford having a good head of steam down the corner. Hits that curb. Down low, he'll come, but the momentum on the outside. We'll see the Pontiac holding on to that top spot. Not too many Pontiacs out there you see these days. The old
Can you
Grand
explain
Prix.
the definition of a Pontiac, Dale?
The definition of it?
Yeah.
No. I think it was a part of the GM, which stands for General Mess, isn't it?
Oh, I guess so.
Hey, Mr. Muth, checking in. I'm glad to see you. We got Eric Kahn rooting on his boy. Eric, we miss seeing you out here. Hope to see you soon. Doug out there with the rookie stripes. I think you're getting torn up now.
So, you know, I'm watching Ron Hart right here, Al. He is really somewhere past Rose right here. Watch him coming off the corner. He's coming on the outside. I told you he was going to make a move, and he did.
He got a good run on the outside of turn number 2. They are still door-to-door down through here in 3 and 4. That momentum, though, on the outside, going to try to carry him through. And I think you really see the momentum down there as they lean on each other through turns 1 and 2.
I'll tell you what, the 78 was in the driver's door right there as they come in the corner. Going into turn number 3, Ron Hart got us good momentum on that outside line. See if he can make a pass coming off turn 4 in the front straightaway. Oh, yeah, he's got it. Clear.
Clears them, shuts the door on there on the number 78 of Rose. We are on board looking out at the driver do the work down the backstretch of that 51 of Hart to move Hart up to the 4th position. And I tell you, all these cars really running down low, except for, I say that was Braden Cook up on the outside of Zach Nichols, last week's feature winner, trying to work his way up, already cracking the top 10, and Brett Hahn trying to come along with him.
Yeah, those two drivers right there. They know how to make moves early and get in position late in these runs. They're going to be up towards the front now before this race is over, right? You can count yourself on that one. Here's,
You all right?
I don't know, Hayden Swank. Yeah, me. I'm just reading chat and watching Braxton DeWeese and Hayden Swank right here. I mean, single file out. Does Ron Hart stay to the outside and try to go for third out?
I mean, it's possible. If you look down from the Sunoco blimp cam, you see them working. And this track, pretty unique. You got to run uphill into turns 3 and 4. Then you run downhill, carry a lot of momentum and speed into turn number 1. You got to woe up these race cars and get them to turn here. And you see the different lines. Hart running that middle lane, kind of diamonding it off. And I tell you, he's getting a good run. Here comes Braxton DeWeese with a peek to the inside. Nothing going that time in the turn 1.
No, and he's kind of checking up the momentum there also, the 75 car, or 11 car, sorry. Man, that's weird. This numbers tell me all off, but Hayden Swank's running a good line, just protecting himself, but he's got to watch that, Al, as we get later on this run. Might get the old bumper sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, you get the 3, you get those 3 tap Teddy rule, you know, so.
Yeah, I got that once when I was in grade school, Al.
Did you? How about Ron Hart? He's coming to the outside of Cretaci. So the outside lane coming into play a little bit. Cretaci a little bit too strong, though, but Hart there holds them down. They draw even the turn number 1.
I'll tell you what, Hart's got some of them cold trickle tires, I think. A little special stagger, because that old hot rod is shaped up, looking to be fast, and he's getting going.
He just passed the Oldsmobile. So we've got a Pontiac and an Oldsmobile out there.
Well, you know what? We'll have Snoop Dogg out here, Al.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Ryan Rose going to take a look down to the inside underneath Jaden Cretaci. That is the battle for the 4th position. Oh, Cretaci in the outside fence there. That's going to allow Rose to get on by.
Tanner Tallarico got a good run also right here.
Yeah, Tanner not having one of the best runs of the season last week for himself at the Thompson Motor Speedway up there in Thompson, Connecticut. Put on quite a better show than I was really expecting there. Zach Nichols went to victory lane at one of the hardest racetracks, I would say, that was on the schedule.
They could bulldoze that thing over, and I wouldn't cry. I tell you, I don't know what you people up north do with racetracks, but some of them things is weird, Al. I'm just gonna be honest.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, whew.
Zach Nichols down to the inside, and the 88 up the racetrack. Down, he's got that momentum on the outside. I think that outside, you're going to start to see that come in. To play one car sideways. What a save. That's the 13 of Coyer. Zach Coyer going to come back up there, and that's, I believe, a throwback to Jeff Gordon's Jurassic Park scheme, if I had to say. I believe that looks like a dinosaur on the side of it. I know it's...
I was looking for Zach, the old Tennessee boy, and that didn't even dawn on me, Al.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's got Carmen on the hood, but
that was a crazy save, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what a top save there as Brett Hahn was able to get on by. But that car, sharp-looking race car. Remember that old Jurassic Park scheme, if that's what he's gone after.
I do remember that well. How about Hayden Swank, though?
It's still holding
Took the green flag, and he's checking out, isn't he?
Yeah.
26 laps in, 25 laps in.
This time by a quarter of the race will be in, and he will have led the first 25 laps this afternoon.
Pretty good battle. Look at Chuck Darling. He's making good hay up there. He's picking up a couple positions. He's got the 44, though, of Nichols on his tail, though.
Yeah, Nichols and him have been glued together like a mouse on a mouse trap. Those mouse trap things.
How that would be called a glue trap, bub.
All right. I knew you'd help me out. That's why we pay you the big bucks.
Oh, absolutely.
You say the words that you say the words that they get jumbled up in my mouth,
Oh, yeah. I like buying those Talarico Boardwalk subs at the racetrack.
I know you don't share them.
Al, I'm a grown boy, son.
Well, yes. Apparently, I've grown back too much. Eric, I really don't know. I've been trying to sit there and think about what it's a throwback of.
Zach Nichols and Chuck Charles Darling. Now, while you're paying attention to that, they got brown, blue, yellow.
It's all over their cars.
Some paint.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they are going at it. And here comes, is that Brett Hahn? Brett Hahn wants some of that action.
Yeah, Brett Hahn down the inside, and Eric's asking what it is. You know what? To me, it looks like maybe an old Mark Martin scheme from the ASA days, maybe. I'm not really sure.
Which car are we talking about, Al?
The 71 of Brett Hahn.
He probably don't know.
Probably not.
I don't know. It kind of looks like the old Purex car. Was that?
It could be. Yeah, I don't.
Number 7?
Yeah.
Who drove that thing?
I don't know, but it says Vitamal's on the car, so.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
Exactly.
Was there not a Purex car or something with number 7?
There was, I think. I don't know. Well, listen, we just need Brett to finish in the top 3, and then we can ask him.
Yeah, he's going to have to get on his high horse because 1 through 6 is checking out. Zach Nichols, he's in there.
Yep.
I mean, Hayden Swank's he's laying down good lap times, setting the pace well.
I think that's what he was doing earlier. I mean, right now, if you're the race leader, kind of just back up to that field. Don't push your car too hard. Let them come to you. It's a little bit deeper in the pack. Andrew Payne working up underneath the 13 of Zach Coyer. So Payne now up into the 10th spot, and he'll next try to catch up to the 88 of Chuck Darling. Darling right there in that 88 car. I'm surprised our statistician Roger hasn't chimed in on what the Brett Hahn car is. Eric, you don't know what his car is? Eric's in there questioning us. I feel like he should know.
Yeah. I don't know. It just,
It's a sharp-looking car.
It does. It looks real good. We're telling Rico, boy, he got a good bite coming in the middle of 3 and 4. I thought he was going to hit the 70 or the 01 of Jaden. That last name, Alice.
Kratacci.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to botch that.
Oh, battle for your third spot as we are on board with Tallarico. As it looked like Ron Hart was taking a bid down to the inside, and well, it came up a little bit short on that bid. He'll still hold on to that third spot, but Ron Hart, our hard charger of the race, up 2 spots, started back in spot number 5, finds himself in third in what has been an all-green flag affair so far. 37 laps into the books. So he worked down here to turn number 1.
Yeah, and look at this tight racing right here. Tallarico goes, he's the only one running a little higher. And I heard or I saw something on social media that they're going to actually maybe do the repayment like the real life stuff. I don't know if you can confirm that, Al, or not, but maybe a little different curveball throw at these drivers on the sim side of things.
Yeah, I think that I did read that or hear that. Someone told me the repave and then the lights, so you can run a night version of it as well coming. So.
The boss man says he's pretty sure that's a Mark Martin.
That's what I thought. Battle for your second spot. Ron Hart working to the inside of the Interstate Ford of Braxton Deweese. Can't quite do there. Braxton with a good run up off the corner. And I think you're going to start see these drivers starting to search around for some grip here. As your top 8 cars nose to tail. And Andrew Payne not too far back behind that 71. And these guys are going to start to feel the pressure as we're about ready to flip over the hourglass and flip it over to the backside as we close in on the halfway point of this 100-lap throwback race presented by QuickTime Motorsports Media.
Yeah, here comes Ryan Rose on the inside of Hart. Couldn't make the move. These guys are just getting a little more intensity picking up, Al. You can almost feel the storm of brewing.
Yeah, let's not talk about storms. You went through some last week, left me orphaned all the way up at the Thompson Motorsports Park.
Oh, that was a little sketchy out at times, but hey, we're safe. We're back here on the sim side of things.
I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about the people that are trying to watch these cars go around in circles. They had to listen to me all night long. Just me.
Hey, I checked in a couple of times. I thought you did a fine job, Al.
Well, you're sucking up to the boss.
Oh, you're Braxton Weiss. He's going to try that outside.
Yeah, up in that second groove. He has closed the gap, got the momentum now. Takes a bit to the inside, will back out of it. Trying to roll that Ford Mustang. And you and I both have a soft spot for the Mustang, so.
I'll tell you what, Al, they could bury me in a Ford Mustang if they wanted to. That would be the best thing ever.
Yes, sir.
I love those Mustangs. Woo!
65.
I would just go with the 2024.
Brett Hahn was starting to work up to the backside here. One car way up the racetrack.
Whoa.
That is Kratacci. I think he's trying to widen up the cushion, if there was a cushion.
I think so. I thought you were just going to go ahead and say it.
Nope.
Go ahead and say that. The phrase that everybody says.
Nope. I mean, he was high, wide, and handsome. I don't know what.
Here he comes. He wants some more.
And he might have found something up there. This track, I'm telling you, you're going to start to see all of this sorts of different lines. And Kratacci now at the outside of Rose, and he is running that line all the way around this racetrack. That time didn't really work out for him down there in turns 3 and 4. But once again, way up the racetrack, and that's going to open the door now for the 44 of Zach Nichols. This is good stuff.
It really is. And, you know, these drivers are not really leaning on each other too hard. They're just racing hard. And that's what makes this league real interesting. These guys race around each other each and every week, and they put on one heck of a show.
Yeah, we're watching it from above the racetrack in our Sunoco blimp. So you can just kind of see the different lines everybody's taking here around this racetrack, and all chasing Hayden Swank is next time by the cross flags will come out. And as I go up there, the drivers say, ha, screw you, Al, we're going to go single file.
Yeah, but here comes Zach Nichols, that 44 car. He's on the inside looking to make some hay.
Nichols trying to make something, got a little bit loose that time up off the corner. And I tell you, Kratacci, that line all the way up to the outside wall and then diamonds it back down. And now Rose up to that second line, opening the inside lane for the 44. If he can get the powers down, can't quite do it as we are past the halfway point. Let's do our full field rundown. Up at the front of this one, it is the 35 of Hayden Swank. He has led us since the green flag has dropped. He will lead the most laps led. In the second spot now, the number 8 of Braxton Deweese. The 51 of Ron Hart is third. Fourth spot, started there in spot 4, is the 78 of Ryan Rose. The 75 of Kratacci runs in 5th, and behind him, the man that started 14th tonight, the 44 of Zach Nichols. So he is up at that 8 spots into 6th. Is now Ron Hart under attack by Rose and Kratacci. Rose going to switch it from the high side to the inside. Trying to make a move on there. 1 spot behind Nichols is the number 1 of Tanner Tallarico. And Tallarico, trouble! Our first yellow flag of the evening coming out with 3 cars involved. Tanner Tallarico, Kratacci, and the 93 of Andrew Payne. Bringing out our first yellow flag just past the halfway point of this QuickTime Motorsports Media throwback night. And let's take a look back here and see what happened. I believe Kratacci might have just got the outside wall, but let's take a look here and see. You see him working the outside of Ryan Rose up off of turn number 2, and just got in there, and Zach Nichols nowhere to go. And some accidental contact from the 1 of Tallarico and the 93 as everyone, as we come back to live pictures, coming down pit road. So good opening stint of this one, and believe it or not, Dobbs, that was under 20 minutes.
That was wild. Look at Brett Hunt. 2 tires, he's out.
71 out the gate. Isn't that what you would say?
Yes, sir. Zach Coyer, he's out.
David Payton going to jump up to that third spot. This is going to jumble up the field quite a bit.
Yeah, it's I was waiting on your catchphrase, Al. It's on a T-shirt, but you didn't say it.
Not yet. You got to harness that.
Okay. All right, then I understand. So things are going to shake up as we get them lined back up here.
Yeah, so let's get them behind the pace car and see what's happening. Kratacci still on pit road with his race car. Some serious damage to the 75, and that's unfortunate because he had some speed just kind of biding some time there.
Yeah, he had a fast-looking hot rod tonight.
Let's see if the lights stay on. Oh, they're out. All right. Never mind. Scratch my idea.
Scratch your idea.
Yep.
Al, we didn't get nobody in the chat to guess our trivia question or not. So
we'll replay the trivia question. We'll say it with 25 that goes. We'll answer it. Do you have the answer?
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
All right. Go ahead and ask it before we go back to
All right.
reading.
96 was the last race here. Who was the last driver to win the, I guess, NASCAR Winston Cup Series back then, huh?
Yep.
Yep. Who was the last driver? 1996 before they closed shop. Brett Hahn says, I'm going to win in 2024. I am gone.
He has gone. Zach Coyer going to work to the back side of him. Here comes Braxton Deweese around the outside of David Payton. He's bringing Rose right there as well. Hayden Swank behind him. They're going to go 3 wide in the turn number 3.
Oh, wow. You better watch out for some slide jobs from Hayden Swank. Look here. Watch them lean on each other. Hayden Swank and Zach Nichols. Look at this. A little contact.
More contact, and around's going to go to 44 of Nichols, and our yellow flag coming out. Oh, no. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Andrew Hardings head on to the outside of turn number 2.
Man.
Tough break.
Those two was leaning on each other. They look like me and you getting our photo taken when we walked in, Al.
I know. But everyone will have to stop and get a picture of you. Let's see what happened here. Coming down the front, you see the 35 was Swank to the inside, and Nichols, they just kind of met in the middle there. 35 catching the car up the racetrack. Oh, boy. Some maybe front end damage on that car. Heavy contact with Andrew Hardings. Let's go on board with Hardings with the Tellerico Boardwalk sub onboard camera. You see it happen in front of him. He gasses up trying to get around it, and oh. That was some hard licks right there.
You know, with all due respect.
Yes, sir.
And I do mean with all due respect. I think the last time that car, that situation was on the track, it wrecked. When Earnhardt drove it.
I mean, it is possible.
No. It may have been the silver car he had.
All right. Well,
Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, we got time. Let's see if we can get in here. Brett Hahn, this is Al Smith up in the Turn 3 booth. Do you have a copy?
How about now, Al? You got me?
I got you now, sir. The question of the night is, what is your paint scheme throwback of? We had some guesses. I guessed the Mark Martin throwback.
Yeah, so I actually ran out of time to really come up with my own, so I actually just took this from Trading Paints. But yeah, I believe some Mark Martin inspirations here with the colors, and of course you got to rock the 80s retro stripe.
Absolutely. All right. So, I see, Dobbs, I'm not as dumb as I look.
Too funny.
But yeah, out here trying to different strategy here. Took 2 tires, and we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, well, good luck here. I know you're going to come back here, I believe, to 1 to green this time by. We hope to be talking to you a little bit later on here. You got some fast competition behind you.
Yes, I do. We'll see how we can hold him off, and hope for the best.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck, Brett.
There you go. That's Brett. Brett, I almost called him a local guy here. Brett the Jet Hahn.
He's got a beautiful voice, Al.
Well, simmer yourself down. Put some ice on that thing, will you? All right, Eric Kahn guesses Jeff Gordon. That's what I guessed. We got some time. We got some more people can guess. Google. I don't know. Don't cheat. Green flag back up though in the Sunoco restart zone, and I tell you, a good start by that number 8 car. Braxton Louise. He jumps to the outside of him, going to try to get that momentum down the backstretch. Drag race in the turn number 3.
Yeah, he's got that outside momentum line, and Brett Hahn's only on 2 tires. I'm sure. Oh, he cleared him coming off of turn 4.
Yeah, getting past the number 8 there. The 8 going to fall back in line right in front of Ryan Rose. Now the 8 going to try to cut up underneath him. And based on pit time, I'm just going.
Oh, Big Rick.
Oh no.
88 car. Oh, I mean major, Al.
38 of David Payton involved as well. The whole back trunk lid missing on the 88 of Chuck Darling. What a beautiful race car torn up.
Yeah, that thing will be out there in the junkyard outside of the old Winston Cup garage. Wow.
So this is our 3rd Tellerico Boardwalk sub yellow flag of the night. Let's take a look here and see what happened to Charles Darling. Him and David Payton were running side by side up off the corner down the back stretch, and just hard lick there. David Payton as well involved.
I believe the 88's leaking some fluid, Al.
I believe you are correct, sir.
Oh, that outside wall has been vicious all night long.
It sure has.
It has just really reached out and bit people, and you'd think that that's at Darlington, but it ain't Darlington.
No, sir. All right, we got 5 more laps for you guys to get your guess in. We've got 2 for Jeff Gordon. Dobbs, you even you wore the suit tonight. The old retro plaid suit. You really got
You
into
like
this retro night.
I did. I really did, Al. It's always cool to see, and it's cool to see these old paint schemes and stuff. Kind of brings me back to being a kid when all the manly NASCAR drivers was around. You know what I mean?
I do.
Now, I'm sorry, but nowadays, NASCAR is just a bunch of kids.
Well, that's because we're getting
Kids
old.
with money.
No, it's because we're getting older, so everyone's younger than us.
Well,
As much as we don't like to admit that, that's what's happening.
I guess so.
I'll bring you back down to reality for a moment.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I
I threw that lasso around you, pulled you down. How about this?
You
It looks
did.
like Brett Hahn going to take the outside after a stellar restart on the inside.
That's probably a smart decision.
You think? I don't know.
I mean, if it was me and he's got 2 tires, you're going to try to get that momentum on the top side. I don't know. I'm not an asphalt guy. I'm just trying to give my opinion. Probably it's not a good idea, but I think the momentum is on that middle lane to the outside.
Well, I mean, none of it's a good idea.
Right, yeah.
Brett Hahn, your race leader, going to roll into the Sunoco restart zone. Our third yellow flag going to get extinguished. Green flag back up, and just like Dob said, it was a good idea. He's off to the races.
Off to the races in the races.
Yes.
Yeah, he got a good lead right here. Got his car side by side, though, battling out for 3rd, 5th. Here comes Ron Hart looking to take a. Whoo! He wanted a slider, didn't work.
He tried to sling it in there just like an old curling stone, but unable to do so as the 13 works the outside. Ryan Rose into that number 3 spot as Braxton Lewis trying to find a way around Brett Hahn, who's on those 2 tires.
Hayden Swank and Tanner Tallarico made a little contact. Hayden Swank don't have the right front nose piece on his old hot rod.
It's Tallarico now. Andrew Payne up the racetrack. They almost make some contact there with 75 laps this time by 25 laps to go. And, well, Dobbs, we'll let you give us the answer to your Dobbs' trivia night.
Well, for all the people that said Jeff Gordon, you are correct. The old Rainbow Warrior. It was the last time to win a race here in '96.
Yeah, I told you. I'm pretty.
Did you Google, Al?
I did not Google it.
Pretty impressive. I think I remember it last year when I watched the All-Star race.
Yeah, I thought that happened last week. I turned it on and the race was over, so I don't know. Brett Hahn up at the front of this window, 23 laps to go.
Oh!
What happened?
Sorry. Ron Hart on the back bumper of Zach Coyer. Hayden Swank had to check up. Boy, I tell you what, Ron Hart must have Napa brakes. Zach Nichols is in the fence up here coming off of turn 2. We got all kinds of action now.
Yeah, Crotacci and Nichols are door to door. So now the quarter panel to the right rear or right front of Crotacci 75.
They're gonna go retro. These boys are gonna battle it out hard.
Yeah, I mean this is why it's sold out here once again here for the old shirts. Oh no, the Ada Braxton Luis in the outside fence.
No.
He has lost 3, 4, 5, 6 positions now. Make it 7 if Crotacci gets by, but Braxton Luis caught that outside retaining wall pretty hard last time by. He's going to fall outside the podium position.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Braxton. That old car had a lot of speed in it, had a lot of grip, but that outside wall on that back straightaway has just been bad today.
It sure has as they work down here through the corners and up the back stretch. It is still Brett Hahn, who has got a little bit more of a breathing space now over Rose and Coyer. Zach Coyer, though, trying to fend off any advances of the 51 of Ron Hart. Hart down to the inside of him, this time off the corner number 2. Can't get the power back down with the Camry, though.
He wanted to throw that slide job in there, just didn't stick. I thought he had it. Man, here we go, Al. This is going to be interesting right here. We get less than 20 to go.
Yeah, 18 circuits remaining around this half-mile racetrack. The 35 of Hayden Swank, he's got some right front damage and missed what happened to get that damage. But he's missing the right front fender on that car.
I think it was that first yellow, Al, when him and somebody else got together. He kind of got in that accident. Kind of just messed things up for Hayden.
Tough break, very fast race car here. He's not done yet as he's trying to work over the 51 of Hart. Dives it down into the inside, and I tell you, it's really hard to get those tires to hook up off the bottom side in turns 3 and 4 there.
Yeah, they don't want to hook up, and the guy that runs that middle of that line has got better momentum. He can kind of hold his speed up. Zach Coyer, he's going to look in the rear view because these two back here, Hart and Swank, they want that third podium spot right there, and they're going to try to get after it best they can do.
And you got to remember that the car that the 35 got into, rolling up on the back side of this battle, we got to see if there's maybe any bad blood there. I don't think there will be, but you never know. Oh, more contact between Hart and the 35 of Swank.
Well, you're at a short track, Al. Tempers are going to flare. Throw back. These drivers want to try to make it on TV somehow. We may see a little payback here and there, maybe.
Oh!
Hart sideways.
Hard up the racetrack. That's going to allow Swank to get on by. Here comes the 44 of Zach Nichols. Oh! Hart throws it in deep. It's going to take out Coyer as well.
Oh, no.
For our 4th yellow flag of the evening. And more going on down here in the front stretch.
Wow. Ron Hart with a Kevin Harvick move.
And to be honest with you, it looked a lot like a lot of net code. I know they made contact. And if you're new to the iRacing sim, net code is where iRacing thinks there's going to be contact, even if there isn't. Let's see.
And it don't matter what internet broadcast you got. You can have the best internet or the crappiest internet. You're going to have some net code on the sim side of things.
Yeah, you see right here, it's the 51 drives in deep. And you got to feel for Zach Coyer, who really had nothing to do with that, just ends up there. Let's see. Go back a little bit deep here. Let's take a look here down the front stretch. The 35 working to the inside of the 51 and some contact into the corner. That was a few laps before this yellow flag. You see the battling a little bit more contact down the back stretch. So, yeah, they were racing hard. Up off of turn number 4 they come. And, I mean, Hart up the racetrack. A little bit. There was daylight there, it looked like. And then Hart seeing a red on the backstretch never lifts into turns 3, and it just sends into the 13 of Coyer to bring out the yellow flag.
I don't want to be the Clint Boyer and say the wrong thing on this, but less than 10 to go, short track racing. Whew. Tempers was flaring is all I'm going to say.
Yes, sir. We've all been there.
Coyer,
yeah, I mean, Zach Coyer probably the worst out of the bunch. Minding his own business.
I've been told over here in my ear, Al, they got security in the pits. Security has been called to the pits, Al.
All right, you just stay away from it. We don't need any more. I don't have any more money to get you out.
Oh, here we
Pace
go.
car down on the way. Brett Hahn on the outside is going to step on the gas pedal. We're back underway. Oh! Big trouble on the front stretch as it looks like Ryan Rose going to come to a stop and having a little bit of connection issues. I'm not going to blame it on that because I didn't really see what started all, but I just saw him take a hard right-hand turn to the outside fence.
Looks like he lost connection before the start. He's trying to get down, and yeah, I think he just lost connection now. He's backing out.
Yeah, it looks like at that point, as you and I both know, you don't really know where that car has gone or goes, and We'll have to see what race officials say on that. But right now, your top 3 unofficially, with 6 laps to go, is Brett Hahn, Jalen Kurtachi, and Zach Nichols.
Yeah, I saw the race director, Tanner Tallarico. He parked his car on the inside of the grass and left it down here. He is walking towards the infield, Al. There, he is hot. Something is going on down there with the race director. He's fired up. Boy, Al, we need to get down there with our cell phones and get some videos.
It's throwback night. We didn't bring them.
Okay, sorry. Well, look here. I mean, let's take a gander at our top 4. We got Hahn. We got, hold on, let me bring up the results here. Jaden, I can't say that last name.
Kurtachi.
There
you
whatever.
Go. That's close enough. Good job.
We got DeWeese, Nichols, Swank, Payne. Coyer's back up there. I like to see Coyer get his spot back, but laps are winding down.
You got Braden Cook in that 7th spot in the old Elliott Sadler throwback scheme.
There we go. What's going to happen now? What do you think?
4-lap shootout. Well, we're going to find out.
Green flag's back in the air. Can Brett Hahn get the jump? He did. Those 2 tires sure enough worked so far.
Braxton Luis around the outside of the 44 of Nichols for the time being for the trip up the backstretch. Kurtachi in that 2nd spot.
It's going to be a battle for Nichols and DeWeese for that last podium spot. Who wants to talk to us, Al?
These guys, I believe, are looking there. Brett Hahn trying to turn around the season, the defending champ, like you alluded to, not having a good start to the season, and a little bit of contact between the 8 and the 44 Nichols. Good hard racing right there. They're side by side in the turn 1.
Here they come side by side, battling it out hard. This is going to be a good battle to see who's on that last podium spot. Oh, they're side by side again. DeWeese gets a better run coming off of 4. Nichols gets a good run also.
White flag is out. Final trip for Brett Hahn. He's got a half-second lead over Kurtachi. We watched the battle for the 3rd spot as they worked up the backstretch, but final trip in the turns 3 and 4. Brett the Jet Hahn fans are going to go wild. He's going to pick up the win. The battle for 3rd.
Wow. Oh. Wow. Boy, I tell you what, Al.
Brett Hahn picking up the win. Nichols 3rd, Kurtachi in that 3rd spot. Let's go back and watch that last lap here. They come off the corner, well, they can get into the view. You see the battle back here between Nichols and DeWeese. Up the backstretch, it was DeWeese by about 3/4 of a car. And then in the corner, Nichols down low. They come up off the corner, and they just kind of Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch it. And it was the 44 getting the spot. And what was a exciting finish there. The top 3 are down here on the front stretch. I believe Jason's made his way down to kind of catch up with our race winner. And we'll see if we can catch up with our other top 3 as well. We got those, but I believe we'll start right now. Jason, you down down there on the front stretch?
I'm here. I'm down here, Al.
All right, let's. Is Brett Hahn gets unbuckled? Take it away.
All right, race fans, man, what an exciting race throwback weekend this was. Brett the Jet Hahn, ladies and gentlemen, picks up the win tonight. Brett, tell us about this race.
Yeah, Jason, I tell you what, it was a interesting one. You know, qualified pretty bad, getting the piece of the wall there, so didn't get to throw down a good lap, and then kind of following Zach around in the heat race, trying to figure out how to drive this thing, because man, was it tight. So when it came to feature time, I said, we got to save this right front at all costs. You know, sat around, was able to catch the front pack, and then, yeah, I got that yellow at halfway, and I said, you know what? We're going to go alternate strategy here. We're going right sides only and see if we can hang on to this thing.
Well, I tell you what, you had a good pit strategy, and pit strategy's been key for a lot of these races as of late. You know, guys take 2 tires or something and get up towards the front and really helps out. And, I kind of had you doubted tonight, Brett. I'm not going to lie. I told Al that you just hadn't had a good season so far. And here you are. You put this thing in #1 spot.
Yeah, Jason, it's been a tough season for sure for me, getting into a lot of incidents and whatnot and not having the good finishes and finishing on the podium. But, tonight, walking away with the win, feels great. And hopefully going to keep this momentum because sitting right now is second in points, so we need some good finishes, and tonight definitely hit the spot.
Well, heck yeah, buddy. You got a sharp-looking race car, and I know you got millions of fans out there. So let's hear who you want to thank, buddy.
Yeah, of course. Jason, you and Al up in the booth with Turn 3 Racing Network doing an awesome job. Can't wait to go rewatch this thing and see kind of the craziness going on track. Of course, on the car, we got a throwback, so I don't even know who's on the car, but the normal sponsors, Quick Time, Rogers Cars, the teammates, Dave out here. Got to give a shout out to Tanner putting on the series and Andrew jumping on in here with a nice throwback car. That thing looked pretty sweet. But yeah, and then of course all the Brett the Jet fans out there tuning on in. We got my grandma, Grammy, parents probably tuning on in. Got to give a big shout out to my dad. He was super helpful this week. And then, of course, the girlfriend, Jessie, and we are pumped up over here. Whew! I can't believe we held on to that.
I tell you what, Brett, if you get too wild tonight and have a big party, you just invite me and Al, buddy. We'll be there.
Oh, yeah, after party, once you guys get wrapped up in the booth, right there at the 71 trailer. We're partying all night long.
All right, man. Congratulations on that win, buddy.
All right, thank you, guys. Woo!
Back to you, Al.
Thank you very much, Jason. As we talk to our second place finisher now jumping up here, or I should say jumping down here as he can slide over. We're going to take and talk to our second place finisher, the driver of that number 75 out of Walkerton, is Jaden Kretacci. And Jaden, up and down night, man. He had a very fast race car towards the halfway point, running a very unique line and making it work. Talk us about through your race here.
Well, yeah, we started off halfway decent, fighting a tight race car just like everybody else, unfortunately. But, yeah, getting the wall down the backstretch, that really sucked. I was not happy about that one bit, but it is what it is. We bounced back with a good finish, got 4 fresh tires, and were able to bring her home P2.
What else did you need out of that 75 car to get up there and maybe challenge the 71 for the win here tonight at North Wilkesboro?
Probably a decent setup, I'd say. But other than that, Brett, no, he ran a good race. He did actually a really good strategy call by taking 2 tires, and it really worked out for him. So I was on 4. I probably just needed tires and setup, so that's about it.
Well, next week, the series rolls out to Newton, Iowa, to one of my favorite racetracks. Will we see the 75 out in Iowa?
I hope so. And by the way, what paint scheme did you guys see?
I got your normal 75 scheme. The one.
Oh, yeah. I had a different car on. I didn't get it uploaded in time, but oh well. Is what it is.
Well, I'm sure it was a great looking throw. It was supposed to be a throwback, I assume.
Yes.
Which
yes,
one?
It was.
Which one?
You know the car person Quapo ran at the Cars Tour last year?
Yes.
42?
Yep.
Yes, so that's actually a throwback to my crew chief, and I actually ran it in the Winchester 400 as well, and I had it on here too, so.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, run it next week.
Yep, I'll do it. Just so everyone can see it.
Well, who makes it all possible for you, my man, to come in here and finish in that number 2 spot here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway?
Preferred Warranties, RB Car Company, Community-Wide Federal Credit Union, Hoax Graphics, TechWorks Trailer Sales. They all helped me out a lot and helped me get to the point where I am in my real life racing, and we're able to do bigger and better things with them.
Well, congratulations on a runner-up finish here tonight at North Wilkesboro, and we look forward to seeing you in Iowa.
Thank you.
There you go, Jason. That was our second place finisher, the number 75 of Jaden Kretacci. And I believe you're caught up with our third and final member of the podium.
Yes, sir. I have. I've caught up with the number 44, Zach Nichols. Zach, the fans out there want to know, the last couple of laps battling out with Braxton Louise. How'd it go down, buddy?
I guess I fenced them. That's about it. Off of 4. I mean, a couple laps before that, going at 3, chopped my nose pretty good. And I didn't mean to really fence him that hard. I meant to rough him up a little bit just so I could kind of secure the third place. But it was a lot more than I anticipated on doing.
Well, I tell you what, it was a wild night out there tonight. This throwback car. That's an awesome looking car right there. Tell you why you picked that car.
I usually like to throw back to cars that have the same number, and this Hot Wheels car is a sweet looking ride, so I decided to throw back to this one.
Well, me and Al, we both like it up here. We're trying to, he wanted to get a selfie with it first, but unfortunately he's going to be over there, and I'm going to get the selfie with it first. So forget you, Al. But Zach, man, good run tonight, P3. That outside wall was tough all night long, coming off the back straightaway, coming off turn 2. What was going on there?
I don't think I hit off turn 2 that many times, but yeah, the setup was mega tight. Hopefully we come at the next race with like 20% cross. That'd be really good. I was hoping to keep the car a little clean. I don't think taking a selfie with how destroyed this one is going to look too good, but yeah.
All right, man. Well, you got anybody you want to thank, sponsors or anything?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Carney's Complete Auto Service, Corrigan Oil Company, ADS Excavating Drain Cleaning. I think my Uncle Kenny's watching, so I'd like to shout him out, and you guys for broadcasting, and all the league admins for putting this deal on.
All right, Zach. Well, security is at the trailer right now. Good luck getting through there, and I'm going to get out of here before it gets too bad.
Yeah, thank you.
But, all right, man, good job on that third place finish.
Yeah, thanks.
There you go. That's Zach Nichols, and yeah, security down here enforces multiple locations.
Yeah, I tell you what, Al, I'm glad that me and you are in suit and tie, and we're able to get out of here unscathed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see you eyeing the golf cart, but we have some business to finish here before we can do so. That includes tonight's rundown of tonight's feature results, where Brett Hahn picked up the win. We talked to him along with Jaden Kurtachi and Zach Nichols. Braxton Louise will come home in that 4th spot. 5th spot to Andrew Payne. Zach Coyer rebounds for 6th. Hayden Swank and Ron Hart 7th and 8th. How's that? It's always funny how that finishes, isn't it? Braden Cook is 9th. Andrew Harding's 10th. Chuck Darling, Ryan Rose, David Payton, and Tanner Tallarico, your 14-car field. And Dobbs, what are some of the takeaways as we leave North Wilkesboro and we head up the highway to Newton, Iowa, to the 3/8 mile? Oh, I think it's bigger. 3/4 mile of the Iowa Speedway, one of my favorite racetracks.
Well, I mean, I thought it was a good 100 laps of racing. It was real entertaining, and these drivers put on a heck of a show for the fans. We saw a little displeasure with a few drivers here and there, but that you're going to get that at short track. I mean, 100 laps, not that, it's not a lot of laps once you think about it, and patience wears thin, but all in all, a good win, a good race, and this is an awesome place. I'm glad that NASCAR brought it back, and it's on the sim. We can race it, and I love North Wilkesboro. It's an awesome place, awesome history here, and I thought it was a fun race all in out.
I agree. I think we saw a lot of action, and these drivers will have 7 days to kind of cool their jets a little bit, and as they make their way out to Iowa Speedway, which will be another track that sees multiple lanes of action, we look forward to seeing you there. But we wouldn't be here making it all possible for the American Sim Racing Club Super Late Model Invitational presented by Sunoco. Sunoco, Cutlerville, hometown Sunoco supports the American Sim Racing Club and Super Late Model Invite Series. Located just south of the Grand Rapids, hometown Sunoco serves all of the greater West Central Michigan area, fueling your cars and race cars all across Western Michigan. Tallarico's Boardwalk Sub, Jersey style soup, subs, and salads. Dobbs never leaves Michigan without one. Make sure you stop and see them and tell them that the American Sim Racing Club sent you. Pro Coat Powder Coating, the proud sponsor of the Perfect Attendance Award this season. Powder, whether you need something small or something large, Pro Coat is the only way to go. Just like do what the pros do, Pro Coat Powder Coating. The Bubba's About Broke podcast is dedicated to shining a spotlight on short track racers from all across the United States. Listen into the Bubba's About Broke podcast each Monday on Apple and Spotify. And LaPlante Racing Products, the proud sponsor of Racing Jason's racing career. He gets to fix up all of the cars along with all the parts and pieces needed here for the American Sim Racing Clubs to keep these cars out there. But until next time, Jason, it's been a pleasure. Safe travels back to Tennessee as I head back up to New York here from North Wilkesboro. We hope to see you all in 1 week's time in Newton, Iowa at the Iowa Speedway. Good night, everybody.